Emerson, this movie is it freaked me out a little bit because
Oh, all right.
something about corn mazes freaks me out. And I love the fact and the intensity of it. What was the thought process about the movie and coming up with the idea and the direction?
Something that was intriguing right off the bat was, the idea of being trapped in a wide open space. That drew me to it immediately. And then, the puzzle aspect, the mystery aspect, and I like the idea of them, not, just so everything sort of being cloudy previous and then waking up unexpected and trying to piece things together. I was really drawn to that aspect of it. It's got some interesting, because I'm trying to not give away stuff.
Yeah.
But that was the main thing, was just the idea of being trapped in a wide open space, and how might they may or may not be tied together, and that group dynamic. The idea of, like, when Sam and Tyler meet each other at first, she completely does not trust him.
Yeah.
But then as soon as they encounter another group, she's bonded to him. And it's almost like there's trust all of a sudden, just because there's more players,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah.
So that kind of that group dynamic and the idea of being trapped in a wide open space, that was the main thing that
Awesome.
got me.
Yeah, because I love the mystery of it. I love the fact that the story really keeps you on the edge of your toes throughout the whole thing because you really don't know where it's going. And that's what was really cool about this story. Um,
Thank you.
One thing I did want to ask, what a great cast, though.
Mm.
What did you do? How did you get this cast? Because they fit well in every single role.
Yeah, right. I completely am so happy with everyone's energy and everything that they brought to the table. They all really attacked each role and went for it. Shane, I mean, gosh, amazing. And Theo and Jordan, Tahira, Julian, Elena, everyone truly fit their character so well. It just made my job so easy, and they all had such great ideas and creative, and really brought it.
Mhm.
So,
You definitely have to touch on how it was shot. I love the way it was shot.
mm,
Um, your
yeah.
cinematographer was great. What was the decision on the style and getting that type of style of a shot for the film?
Oh, yeah. So I storyboard everything before I shoot.
Mhm.
So I draw them up, and that's like early prep that I do with anything that I'm working on. So I definitely had a game plan of exactly what I wanted. By boarding all of that out. Sometimes I'll digitize them and I'll put it into the Avid and play with how this is going to feel and look. So when you see things like our opening shot, or the use of, big foreground moments, and, distant focal points, and taking advantage of, those far backgrounds, and the use of the composition to create energy, contrast, to keep the movement going. I definitely had an idea of where I wanted to go and had that mapped out. And Stephen was really great, and a great partner to work on that with, to really bring that idea to life. Greg, our Steadicam op, we shot this film single camera, and I knew early on that I wanted to use Cook Anamorphics. I shot this CinemaScope, so it's 239. And I did a lot of those moves and kept that momentum with Greg. So, yeah, man, hats off to those guys. They crushed it and really brought it to life. So I was very happy.
Yeah, and I'm being a camera person myself. I love the fact of, I don't think people realize how much camera work, sound, and a great story really leads into the thriller to really make it jump off the screen.
Yeah. If it's not happening visually, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And then, on the flip side of that coin, a lot of people forget that half of your movie is what you hear.
Mhm.
So you can fall short without that done properly. And touching on that, I thought Will Musser, my composer, just destroyed this movie. So I was so happy with everything that I got sonically. And my sound design team and mix team at Lip Sync over in the UK, gosh, they did a spectacular job as well. So, you know, I was really blessed to have some talented folks on board the film that really helped bring those ideas to life.
Yeah, and it really shows. It pops off of the screen. Either a small screen. I'm looking forward to seeing it on a large screen because
it's fun. Yeah,
I need to see it in a theater. Definitely need to see this in a theater.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. I think we have some drive-ins as well when it comes out on Friday. Awesome. I'm actually, I know there's one not too far from my house here in LA, so I'm definitely going to see it at the drive-in. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I'm gonna have to take a look and see what if there's the Vineland by my house in LA.
That's where it's showing.
Oh, okay, good. Makes it even easier, close to the house.
Yeah, we're there.
and that's the one thing that the pandemic really brought to us is the fact of bringing back the drive-in, because I think a movie like this would play very well at a drive-in.
I would drive to a cornfield drive-in in 5 seconds.
Yeah,
just gonna be a lot of fun, you know.
And just to drive, see people drive out of the cornfield drive-in, just see what happens.
Yeah, right. I think that would be awesome, right?
Exactly. What's the larger? Because obviously, when you look at the movie, it leaves it open-ended. Is there a vision to expanding on the storyline?
Yeah, for sure. And there's hints throughout the film that'll tell you where it's going and what it is. You know, one thing you might want to do if you're watching at home, you could pause it at the end and you might be able to figure something out. And there's some really big visual clues. Look at the era the items come from. That's a big one. There's some clues that are on the humanoids themselves that they encounter. Something that might be fun if you are so inclined is to draw a grid on a piece of paper and then pay attention to the dialogue and maybe try to map it out. See what's happening. There's another clue there.
And that's why I say I think this film was so much fun to watch. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's really hard to not really go in depth and not spoil anything, because every single minute leads to something, and it's so hard not to talk.
I want to just start talking about it and tell you what's what and give you all of the goods now.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, everybody. You got to go watch it, because this is one of those movies where if you have to see it on a big screen for one, definitely, because the work that you guys did was amazing on it, and I love the way it looks, the way it feels, and the way it keeps you in. It literally keeps you into the story every single beat of this film. What can you tell the Muse audience in order to get them to go watch it, because it's well worth it?
I mean, if you enjoyed you know, like a suspenseful thriller with you know, that leans into the horror genre as well, it's the right movie. It's a good popcorn movie. It's entertaining, it's fun. If you like things like, I think some of the comparisons I've heard are, you know, there's a little bit of Predator in there, a little bit of Lost in there, a little bit of Cube in there. You know, those are some of the comparisons I've heard. Then, you know, puzzle aspects, you know, that would harken towards like a Saw. But yeah, I think if those are the types of things that you're drawn to, it's the movie for you. You should definitely check it out.
Yeah, definitely. And Escape the Field opens up this week.
Yeah, May 6th.
Gotta go see it at a movie theater or at the drive-in. If you live here in LA, go to the Vineland, because it's a great date movie as well, because it just gives you to the end of your seat. It's gonna get your blood boiling and you're gonna enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Emerson, great job to everybody behind it. So completely love the film.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.